Get to the point. Good arguments, but I'm not getting any younger up here. You need to stop babbling and get to the point.
We would now like to submit that Justice Gaudron's test in her judgment and casting area of 363 or 368 should now be strictly enforced and applied as authority in relation to laws enacted under the race power of section 5126 of the Constitution. The first step in her test is that the law enacted addresses a real and relevant difference to the Aboriginal people. I have submitted above that this law is not special. There are already substantial land rights granted to Aboriginal people, and if these existing rights have not addressed the real difference, how can this reframing of the same kind of laws granting land rights be effective in addressing the inhibition of Aboriginals' culture?
Objection, Your Honour. Again, how can my colleague, Mr Shaw, assume that these have not been effective? Maybe the fact is that the Parliament has determined, as those in the rest of Australia have, the destruction of Aboriginal culture and religion is a real one. And along with these existing means, which have their shortcomings, a further body needs to be constructed which furthers this task to protect Aboriginal culture by allowing Aboriginals themselves to suggest sacred sites. All the counsel for the plaintiff has done is point holes in existing measures to address the divide in Aboriginal culture. This is a massive difference, and this legislation does its best to rectify the difference.
I shall deliberate on this, and Mr Shaw, no more assumptions. My court will not be led by your incoherent ponderings.
Well, now we'd like to move on to the second aspect of Justice Gaudron's test. That is, the law must be appropriate and adapted to addressing the real and relevant difference. And it's hard to deny that it is appropriate in protecting Aboriginal religion by retaining and protecting their places of worship. However, we submit that this law is not proportionate to achieve this. How is Aboriginal heritage protected if there are some groups of Aboriginals that miss out? And they merely miss out because they cannot show a special affinity to the sites suggested to be protected. Surely a law that forgets some Aboriginals is not adapted to protect the Aboriginal heritage in general.
Alan's argument is weak. Justice Gaudron explains, laws are adapted to the vulnerability of their culture are appropriate. It is well known Aboriginal culture and religion is vulnerable. Therefore, appropriate is satisfied. This is apt to achieve such protection as it protects Aboriginal cultural rights by protecting specific areas of worship. It does not attempt to achieve too much, just salvages as much of their fragile heritage as possible. And I will go on before Alan presents another weak argument. Justice Gaudron's last aspect of that law must be beneficial to be valid, and she goes on to state at page 367, the circumstances which presently pertain to Aboriginal Australians are circumstances of serious disadvantage, including their material circumstances and the vulnerability of their culture. Only laws remedying this would be valid. This law does exactly that. It particularly benefits a majority of the race. Despite the potential for exclusion of some Aboriginals unable to establish an affinity to the sites protected or conform for photography ban, this does not detract from the big step it takes in preserving Aboriginal religion and culture.
I see. Thank you for enlightening this debate. I will deliberate and we will reconvene tomorrow at 12 noon. So for now, court is adjourned.
Well, that's what you get for questioning the government.
Well, it's good to let the government know that someone's watching, someone cares about what they legislate on.
Do we though? Do we care?
Yeah, we do care. When the law infringes on our rights or discriminates against a group of people, we do care.
Well, you know, Alan, this is your case. So even if you lose, I've still never lost. Never have, never will.
So, sleep over tonight?
Just follow the movie, don't you?
Oh, wow.